Y'all, I think I did a pretty good job for my first install. All right, y'all, it's your girl Kayla J, and I'm back doing my own wig install. So first thing you're gonna need is a wig, and then you're gonna need some Got to Be Glue spray. I also got some Freeze lace spray, some melting spray from the Pretty Lounge. I got a wax stick from the Pretty Lounge. I also got my lace glue from the Pretty Lounge. Y'all, I really love the Pretty Lounge. Like, Jasmine is the bomb, and her products are the bomb too. You're also gonna need a rat tail comb with the pointy end on it. I use that end to spread the glue. I grabbed some edge control just in case, some bio silk for the hair to kind of make it soft and silky. You're gonna need an elastic band, and then I also have my Pretty Lounge elastic band too, just in case I need like a little double. Some claw clips for sure, because the hair is gonna get in the way, and then a big clip to put in the back. Well, it's a crocodile and claw clips, yeah. And then some Got to Be Glue gel. And then you're gonna need some powder or some cream foundation that is your skin tone. That's what I prefer to use. So look at me, cute. So first thing I'm gonna do is take some Got to Be Glue and like lay my edges back, because I kind of want the cap to be as flat as possible. So I'm gonna try to like comb those back, drift those on back, and I don't want them to get stuck like earlier, like in the front of the cap, and then just make the whole thing more difficult. And this is me combing it back. Then I'm going to take my wig cap and go ahead and put that on. So I know the goal is to get it like as sheer as possible. So I pulled it down, cut little eye holes out. Y'all, I look like the people from the Django when it was talking about the eye holes on their mask. Gang, okay. So then you're going to take the ears and like pretty much cut holes in the ears too, because you're going to need them out too. I messed up. I cut too high. But y'all, this is my first official install at home where I actually did a cap. And y'all are walking through this with me, like my very first wig install. So, well, my very first one that I'm doing it right. Then you're going to take the Got to Be, and you're going to use that to kind of like seal it in. And I come down a little bit on to my forehead, so that way, like, I can control how much of the cap I want left on there. Then you're going to take a blow dryer, and you're going to blow dry that shit. Blow dryer right on down. But yeah, like I was telling y'all, this is my first official wig install, so please bear with me. Like, next you're gonna need your scissors, and this is the part where it gets real tricky, so you gotta be careful. Like, cutting that cap, you don't want to cut too much of the lace off, but you also don't want to leave too much of the lace. So just be really careful. But that's why I said like kind of like Got to Be your forehead too. That way you can take up as much or as little of the cap off your forehead as you need. So this is me just cutting that off and trying to line it up correctly. Y'all, oh my God, it hurts so bad pulling that part of the cap up. As you can see, I also went and got like my little handheld mirror so that I could see a little bit better what I was doing. Because looking into the camera, I was gonna fail, and I needed to be able to see the edges of where I was cutting. 30 years later, I finally have it cut to where I want it to be. So next I'm gonna take some makeup and like start trying to like blend the cap into the color of my skin. So I started off with the powder, and then I realized, okay, this might not do what it need to do. So I had to go get my Fenty skin tint, the Blur Ease or whatever that is, and put that on a brush and just kind of rub that in. I meant to get some Ruby Kisses, which is what everybody else be using, but I didn't make it to the beauty supply store and I didn't have time. So I ended up taking that, putting a little bit of that on my brush and just kind of like dabbing that in. I didn't need it to be perfect. I just needed it to be brown and not nude. But I didn't want to get a cap and then the cap be too dark. So yeah, just rub that in. That's gonna be your first thing you're gonna want to do as soon as you cut that cap. Yup, cute. So next I'm gonna take my Pretty Lounge lace glue and I'm gonna start like dotting it. So I think in total I ended up doing about 3 or 4 layers of glue initially. it was at this moment that I realized that I forgot to take some alcohol and like wipe the perimeter of my forehead, but by that part we was just too far gone. So here I am spreading it in with the end of that rat tail comb I told y'all to use. Yeah. A lot of people use a wooden stick. I mean, you can do that too, but I ain't have a wooden stick. Like, this is my first install. So I had this comb. So I'm gonna use this comb because this is what I got in my house. And like I said, I think I ended up doing about like 3 layers of glue total. That was just the first layer. And of course, you want to wait till they are clear and tacky, not too dry. So I might take the blow dryer like in between layers and just kind of use that. Y'all ignore my beads because yeah, your girl is still growing her hair out. And shout out to Donna's recipe because on tab been getting the back of my head all the way together. But yeah, just blow drying it out and then going back in and like touching up any spots. Once the glue has dried down, you're gonna take your wig. Well, not all the way dried down, but like when you on that last layer, take your wig and comb all the hair of the wig to the back, and then take your crocodile clips and clip that hair back. So this is me trying to like get it positioned just right and keep that hair off of the glue. It is a task. I'm trying to tell you, like, do not underestimate that. So then you're gonna just come in and like, look at that, all on the glue. Y'all, I was so mad about that. But moving on. You're gonna come in and you're gonna grab the wig and make sure it's leveled and like in the middle of your head where it's supposed to be. Mine wasn't initially in the middle. I ended up having to lift it and kind of shift it again. But then you're gonna just start placing the lace. Like, mind you, this is an old wig. This isn't a new one. I imagine a new wig, this won't be that hard because you can just place it wherever you want. But reinstalling the wig I already had, placing it on the places where I put the glue, and praying it sticks. Yeah, that's what we was doing. Placing it and praying. Placing it and praying. And the left side didn't do too bad. It was that right side that was giving me the devil. But the left side, okay, you see, she kind of stuck a little bit. But y'all, once again, Kayla is no professional. So had to go back in, re-level that whole left side. No, the whole right side. The left side was fine. And you see why I say these clips come in handy? Because this is me looking in my handheld mirror, just trying to make sure it's positioned in the middle. And then I realized it wasn't. So I had to like shift it again. Quite annoying. But once I finally got it down, it was down. So for now, like, the actual wig is down. So I'm going back in over it again with my foundation and like touching up little small areas. So like making sure the lace blends into my skin, making sure the lace is glued down, taking glue on the end of that comb, smearing it in, waiting for it to dry. Boom, boom, bada bam. Yup. And I did that like all over the wig, like any places where I saw any lace that was just left up. So as you can see, you know, it's coming together. Kayla's first wig installs, giving my little first pony, my first horsey, whatever you want to call it. But I'm doing all right. And now, mind you, that is the left side. That right side, though, a hot mess. Hot mess. You see, it didn't even go down. So I ended up having to re-glue that whole side down again, which, like I said, comes with the territory. So working my way back through that because you definitely want it secure. Like, if it's not down, it's just not down. But a lot of that also came from the fact that I positioned the glue behind where the lace was going to sit, and that's my own fault. Don't do that. Be better than me. But the right side down now, though. Okay. Purr. So still gonna keep the clips to keep it clawed down because you don't want no issues. And then you're gonna go in with more makeup, like I said, and make sure that lace is blending in as best as possible. Take your Pretty Lounge melting spray or any melting spray and your elastic band. You're gonna have to move quick because that melting spray gonna kind of loosen some things up before it make it tighter. So you spray that on. Try not to get too much of it in the hair, and then you're gonna take that elastic band and shoop, snap that thing right on down. Okay. Yup. You see it. This elastic band has gone through it, but you want it as tight as possible because that's the only way you're gonna get the ultimate melt. If your brain ain't hurting, it ain't gonna melt. Like, it ain't gonna clump. What she say? That was a Danielle on American Fest Top Model. Yes. So while it is melting, best thing for you to do, go ahead and hot comb your parts and stuff out now while it's already down. So here I am brushing that out while my hot comb is heating up. Please make sure your hot comb is hot. if your hot comb is not hot, it's not going to do anything. And because I have an electric one, I have to really make sure it gets hot. So make sure you brush your wig out really good before you take that hot comb to it. And I was also kind of using this opportunity to section it. So I took my wax stick so I could go in with that first before I started hot combing it. So wax down, wax on. And I'm also gonna flat iron my hair. Y'all, I've had these flat irons since freshman year of college. That was 2013. And they still doing good. Them titanium tools by Jean Marie. Yes, sir. So I'm gonna go through and flat iron my hair also while hot combing it, like kind of doing the two simultaneously. The trick with the hot comb is to make sure you get the spine of the comb flat against it. So you use the comb part to comb through it, but the spine of the comb is what actually presses the stuff out. And y'all, please ignore my underarms. They are giving Wolverine. But as soon as this video was over, well, shoot, before it was over, I ended up going into the bathroom and shaving them bad boys down because I could not go out looking like that. But yeah, just flat iron, hot comb, etc., etc. I took a little bio silk towards the back of it, especially a little bit in the front, but mainly in the back. Y'all, underarms looking crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, those titanium tools, they are like that. Like for sure, for sure. So here I am now taking the elastic band off to unveil the melts. Y'all, I feel like I can breathe again. And that ain't bad. That ain't bad, Kayla. We ain't mad at you. Now, the melted spray, of course, because it's melted spray, it kind of like melted down the hairs too. But you can just take a comb and loosen those up without pulling up the lace. Like, that was really simple. Now I'm just going through and like hot combing some of the smaller parts underneath that I missed to just make sure it's really flat. And yeah, you see it. And here we have the finished product. Lace is melted. Her is laid. I mean, it's given everything it needs to give. The girls are excited. The girls are happy. Kayla, your first real wig install. What you doing, sis? Baby, what you doing? Baby, what you doing? Okay. It's given and y'all can't tell me it's not. And if you're telling me it's not, I'm not buying it. And I feel like for me to have done this at home on my own, I did a really good job. And there is no filter on this. You see it. It's giving scalp. Scalp these hoes. Okay? And again, y'all, this was my first like real wig install at home, doing it on my own. So it's not perfect, but it'll get me through so I can get back to my stylist. Cause what was I thinking? But yeah. Wig is from the Pretty Lounge. Majority of the products I use are from the Pretty Lounge. And everything will be listed below. Thank you guys for joining me. Bye.